Today we're taking a look at these college football matches, which are happening on Saturday, November 19, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Wake Forest vs Syracuse. Both of these teams are completely reeling heading into this ACC matchup. While the Orange are in the bottom third of scoring offenses this season, the Demon Deacons are in the bottom third in points allowed. Wake does one thing very well, throw the football. Syracuse's defense excels at defending the pass, ranking 14th in the country. The 107th ranked Wake defense should allow Syracuse to make some plays through the air to make this game close. The most important factor in this game will be the Orange's ability to protect the football, while Wake struggles to hang on to the pigskin. Neither team is coming into this game feeling good about themselves, and neither team looks like a team capable of winning this matchup in double digits. The Orange, despite all their recent struggles, are 2-1 at TS on the road. Expect a tightly played game decided by one score. Take the Orange plus 9.5 points. Wake Forest is a 10-point favorite, and although I expect them to cover, I don't expect this game to be high scoring. Syracuse has a pretty aggressive defense that will give the Demon Deacons some trouble on offense. However, Syracuse has little to no offense right now, making it difficult for them to score big points. Schrader will be returning to the field following a shoulder injury, but to take some pressure off him, they will rely on Tucker to gain a lot of the yards. Wake Forest may also need to run the ball a bit to make sure they don't turn the ball over in the air. With Syracuse's lack of offense and their defense challenging Wake Forest's offense, I don't see this being a high-scoring affair. Take the under, 56 points. Southern California vs UCLA. Colorado is having a rough season once again. They are tied for last place in the Pac-12 with California, so they were a huge underdog against USC last Saturday and were understandably thrashed 55-17. This might have been a trap game and a so-called look-ahead game, as the Trojans were down 3-2 after the first quarter and did not score a touchdown until about 5 minutes into the second quarter. Heisman candidate QB Caleb Williams ran for 2 early touchdowns, and then the barrage was on. Southern Cal led the Buffaloes 26-3, scoring 26 unanswered points en route to a 55-17 win. Williams did not have his best game, completing 14 of 26 for 268 yards with 3 TDs and 1 pick. He didn't have to play in the fourth quarter when the Trojans took a 41-10 lead. Austin Jones led Southern Cal with 74 yards rushing. Defensively, USC held Colorado to just 259 yards. Defense has not been a strong suit for the Trojans, who allow 24.4 points per game on 394.2 yards per game, 87th, and 252.7 passing yards, 99th. Offensively, they are a juggernaut, averaging 499.4 yards per game, 7th, and 317 yards passing, 10th. The college football playoff is not happening for the Bruins after that bad loss to Arizona at home. Their defense was a major culprit in the 6-point loss, as they gave up 315 passing yards to AU QB Jaden DeLara. UCLA had a chance in the end after reaching the Arizona 29-yard line, but couldn't get the job done. UCLA never gave themselves a chance in that game, as they fell behind 14-0 to the Wildcats and tied the game twice before taking a 28-24 lead with 10:22 left on a Zach Charbonnet 5-yard run. But Arizona responded with a touchdown and a field goal to secure the win. Charbonnet ended up with a monster day for 181 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Dorian Thompson-Robinson threw for 245 yards with a TD, but also had a costly fumble. Caleb Williams is the difference here. Both quarterbacks are outstanding, but he's right up there with CJ Stroud in terms of throwing and protecting the ball. USC could be undefeated, though a loss at Utah isn't the worst thing in the world. It should not keep them out of the college football playoff picture, but a loss here probably would. Their defense is going to give up points, but they will get enough stops in this game. You can say UCLA was overlooking Arizona, but that's a terrible loss. They've taken care of business against most teams but have struggled with consistency. Unlike last season, USC's defense will be ready for what the Bruins throw at them, thanks to better coaching. Take USC minus 2.5 points. The total is slated extremely high for two offensive-minded teams. But a rivalry game brings out the defense, and the defense will be ended from both sides. USC will gain the stops they need in the fourth quarter, and the game will finish with only one of these teams reaching 30 points. UCLA is only averaging 33 points at home in their last two games. USC is averaging 35 points per game on the road in their last 3 road games. Take the under 75.5 points on Saturday. LSU Tigers vs UAB Blazers. I will be hammering the LSU Tigers, minus 14.5 at home against the UAB Blazers. UAB hasn't played anyone as talented as the Tigers, and LSU will be looking to bounce back after their tough game against the Razorbacks last week. UAB has lost 3 of their last 4 games, as I see the Tigers dominating them on both sides of the ball. LSU is currently scoring the 39th most points in the country and averaging the 40th most total yards. I also love Jaden Daniels, as he has been on fire. He will carry this offense to multiple touchdowns, as the Blazers won't be able to consistently slow them down. The Blazers will also struggle to run the ball in this game, as the Tigers have been able to stop the run all season. They are currently surrendering the 55th least amount of rushing yards per game, as they will load up the box and force UAB to beat them through the air. This won't happen, though. UAB is only throwing for the 97th most passing yards per game, as the LSU secondary will be able to easily shut them down. The Tigers are allowing the 40th least amount of passing yards per game in the country, as I don't see this defense surrendering many points in this game. They will continue to stop UAB and consistently get the ball back to their offense. LSU is the better overall team and they will dominate at home in this game. Pick the Tigers and lay the points, minus 14.5. It's unlikely that UAB scores even double digits points in this game. LSU is 8-2 on the season with a 5-2 home field record. The Tigers head into Saturday riding a 4-game win streak. LSU's offense is led by quarterback Jaden Daniels. Daniels has 14 passing touchdowns on the season with 2 interceptions. Daniels has also rushed for over 600 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. The UAB Blazers beat North Texas 41-21 in their last game, which snapped their 3-game losing streak. Quarterback Dylan Hopkins threw for 234 yards and a touchdown in the win. Hopkins has thrown 8 touchdowns on the season with 2 interceptions. The Blazers head into UAB with a 0-4 road record. The UAB Blazers are averaging 246 rushing yards per game, which ranks 12th best in the country. Running back Dwayne McBride has rushed for 1404 yards this season on 204 carries. McBride has 17 touchdowns and 4 fumbles. The UAB Blazers are 5-5 on the season and 6th in the Conference USA. UAB is a very good running team, but that's against Conference USA opponents. UAB is also averaging just 18 points per game at home, and LSU is allowing just 139 rushing yards per game at home. They also played Alabama at home, not Western Kentucky on the road. They've also gone under in 3 of their last 5 games, and they are 5-1 under their last 6 non-conference games. LSU is 6-2 under after a Sioux win. Take the under, 50.5 points.